Hello everyone. Let's introduce myself. My name is Ramadoni. I'm the PhD student in National Donghua University. And then this video has the goal for the Huanshan Conference 2020 because the coronavirus. So the conference will be replaced by a video on YouTube. So this is my record for the conference. And then I will to presentation my paper. That title is you can um, my title is investigating of student difficulties in statistic learning on online based learning at Open University Taiwan. So that paper want to do the analysis of the student difficulties in statistic learning, especially in online learning in Open University Taiwan. Okay, this is the outline for my presentation. The first, introduction, research question, research purpose, literature review, research method, result and analysis, and discussion and recommendation. And sorry for the before because the video is not the good quality because I just make in the short time, and this video also I made in the deadline time because this is the deadline for the submit the video. Sorry for about that. And the background, forget about the background, sorry. And then this is the introduction part. So you can see that based on the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic Indonesia in 2018, more than 800,000. Wow, it's not small number, right? You can more than 800,000 students, children in Indonesia, they cannot get the opportunity to study from this elementary school to senior high school. And also from the Ministry of Social of Republic Indonesia in 2018, around 4.1 million people, they cannot get study from the elementary school to senior high school. Wait, this data is different. I will like to explain to you because based on Ministry of Education, this is in 2018. The people stop study at the time. Okay, for the Ministry of Social, the children from their age in that they must to study at school, start from elementary school to senior high school. They cannot get study at the time. For example, they are their age on 18 years old, but they didn't get but they are not study yet, or they are not graduate yet from the senior high school. Okay, and then from the people can graduate from the senior high school, only 30% they can get opportunity to go to university, because the reason is the most of the reason is social economic problem. And there is another problem. I will I cannot explain for you everything that and then our government in Indonesia, and also for the higher education, try to concern about this issue, to solve the issue. And one of the solution for this is online based learning at the university. This is the another part. You can see how can the Indonesian students survive to go their school. They have to halt their off to even though they don't have the bridge to across the river. You can see, and there is a bridge, but it's really not good quality. This is but not for all Indonesian area. So don't you try to comment for this one. It's not for Indonesia. This is especially for the rural area or the remote area in Indonesia. And also this is their school. You can see their school is, oh my god. We are so lucky we are not studying in this station, right? And also we have the another people, even though they don't wear the clothes are custom, and then they don't want to go to the school because there is we call suku anak dalam. So they are never can get the opportunity to study at school because they have to move from one place to other place to survive their life. We call it nomadans. And then this is the Indonesian map, especially for the anak dalam is Jambi province, and from my province is West Sumatra province, nearby the Jambi Islands province. Sorry. And then what kind of my studies? This is you can see my student in the last part, and with me in online learning classroom, and we have also face to face, but only 2 time, and then another time we have the online learning classroom. And also this is for the people, a lot of people, Indonesian people, they come to the Taiwan for their job. You can see some people they have a job like the housekeeping, and another people they're working as the factory worker. And then after they come to Taiwan, they also have the dream to get a study for at the university. uh, and then after they have a job and they go to the my the when for the my university I touch in the open university, we call Indonesian language say the Universitas Terbuka Taiwan. And then they have to do a job, and at the same time they also have to study for their undergraduate degree. And then my subject focus on the statistic, because statistics is we know that the statistic we learn from the junior high school, senior high school, university. And then also this is really important for the people who like to do a job or doing research. And then for the another every area like business, technique, and other things. But statistics is not easy, even though we learn in the face to face. Especially my course touch by online learning is more difficult to student. So what kind of my research is I would like to know my student problem in the statistic course by online learning. So I would like to interview them and give them open questionnaire. And then this is my research question: what are the difficulty of student in the statistics learning on online learning at the Open University Taiwan? And this is the literature review. You can see about the statistics, psychology, online learning, and then another things, the literature review. And then also there is some research or previous research also concerned about the online learning and other part like statistics. And this is the research method I like to introduce you. I use the qualitative research and data collection. I use the open questionnaire for the student. So I give them for all of my students, around 44 student, they fill the for open questionnaire form. And then after that I also look at from the answer for the student. I would like to select 6 students, the interesting or I need more information from that answer. And then I also concerned about the 3 variants ability, like high level, medium level, and low level student. And then uh, and then from I also concerned about the genders, male and female. So there is 6 students, 3 male and 3 female, and within and then into 3 variants ability. And then this research conduct on December 3rd, December 2nd, 2018 by video call, by line, and another social media. And data analysis using the transcript, and then for the coding and doing like triangulation data. And this is my research method. You can see the I would like to know my student difficulty by the topic of statistics based on the online learning process and assignment. And then I try to transcription and analyze the data, and after that I made the discussion and conclusion. So this is my question for the interview. Oh, because the limited time, I will go fast. What topic do you like, and then what topic do you not like? What obstacle do you understanding in statistic learning? How do you respond to statistic learning by online learning? And compare them with what do they like, face-to-face or online learning? What kind of the learning process they expect from the statistic, and can online learning help them, and what kind of difficulty based on their experience. This is the evidence, and this is my participant. Their age around 23 until 38. It's not the young people for me to teach, because they have the same age with me, and then even though they're older than me. Okay, and this is their not real name. I give them the hidden name, and they are in statistics course in the management college, and they are a freshman. And this is the evidence from the interview, and this is my coding, and this is the evidence. How can I do the coding, because the limited time, sorry, I have to go fast. And then this is the result. The first is the calculation are not too difficult, can be applied in everyday life, easier to include in the formula. Presentation section is focused. There's most understandable part of my presentation, easy to understand, and given a group assignment so that they are understand is better. And the second is calculating small number. They feel difficult to calculate the number, because the statistic using the point something something something, right? And then calculate, and then their friend presentation and the online learning is not because only read, or it's not the accurate data, or not the good presentation. And also their difficult is about the directly in online learning, they cannot directly goes to the core of learning, so they cannot to see the process by step of step. And then also the time is not good for them because they have to working at morning, and then they have to study at night, so they feel sleepy at the study learning process. And the meeting will be edit, write into detail, assignment, use this game, and then writing on the board. They need to teacher has to write the step by step to make their understand, and very helpful, because they also understand the statistic and can answer the exam question, but they never study, even though they never study before. And the question are different from the example formula, is because the formula in statistics a lot, the textbook is a lot of errors, hard to remember formula, and they cannot to see the book, and then symbol question from is also difficult for them. Step of completion error in the books, and statistic symbol also they don't know what does mean for the symbol, and they cannot to imagine the formula to be into the real life. This is my theme. Prefer topic, unlikable topic, constraint understanding style material, prefer face-to-face learning on online learning, constraint face in online learning based learning, next hop for online learning, form of a system provided by online learning, difficulty in solving statistical question. And this is the discussion and then recommendation. You can see that what they are not dislike from the topic, because difficulty understanding, difficult to calculate complicated complicated formula, a formula that is not easy to remember, and unrealistic. Therefore, others is changing. So they have to, for dislike to be like what the teacher can do making material easy to understand, make calculation are easy to do, make a formula that is simple and easy to remember, realistic. And for the interpretation, creating realistic based learning where all problems are raised based on the real life and close the student life so that they can real case they already know and ask the student to work on a lot of questions related to real life as to make student more accustomed to using formula and make student easily remember formula and calculate them, so they will be like for what they dislike from the process because the limited time, network problem, and an explanation of formula and example of the question are not written in detail, and the strategy used in online learning makes some students become neglect in learning, and also the number of online meetings still lacking because they only have 9 online learning meeting and 2 in face-to-face, and online learning can be helpful but not much, the maximal. So for the another dislike because the assignment is question assignment different from the question and the example. The formula is very much available. The book has several errors. Students do not understand the stage in the solving problem, difficulty in determining the symbol used in the story problem, difficulty in calculating, and difficulty in imagining the application of the formula in real life. Okay, so this is my metamorphosis of student difficulty in learning statistics, like someone who is lost in the desert. They don't know where to move to get out and solve this problem, while there are close objects that they find as a way out, but they don't understand. On the other hand, they still have to continue to get out of this situation during the trip. They still have to try work to find food for their survival. Okay, this is the end of my presentation because the limited time. Sorry for that because this is already almost 18 minutes. Oh my god. So 谢谢大家. I think I do hope my video will be useful for all of the viewers and for the conference. Thank you, and I asked for the forgiveness and for everything my mistake, maybe from the word or for the language or maybe the because I have to go fast because the limited time, for the everything. Thank you so much. See you next time. Good evening, good night.